You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did by default and without any doubt, though. I'm a me happy adult, though. I no go feed the girl.
Welcome, the random. So I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Let's go ahead. Let's get into these stories. Story number 1. Am I wrong for keeping my son away from my mom because she fed him custard? My wife, in her 30s, and I also am in my 30s, have a baby boy. Last year, we flew across the country with him to attend a family reunion and visit my parents. Things were going well until my wife caught my mom, 68, trying to feed our baby custard off a spoon against 2 of our clear rules: no sugar before 1 year old and no spoon feeding. My wife and mom had discussed feeding boundaries at least for weeks, and our 6-month-old had just started solids. Since our son's birth, my mom has increasingly ignored boundaries. The first issue was her demanding photos at 9 a.m. despite our previous ask for no photo requests before 10 a.m. Who the heck are y'all? Y'all rules already is too ridiculous for me. Her reasoning: rules don't apply to grandma. She's the kid's grandma, bro. When caught with the custard, my wife immediately took our son and left the room upset without saying a word. I stayed behind and asked my mom why she didn't ask first. And she said, because I knew you'd say no. I was livid. This showed she knowingly overrode our parenting decisions. Later, she tried to brush it off as sarcasm. My mom's sister, who witnessed it, validated my wife's reaction. It's how hard you going for me. Why are you going that hard? I don't know. Maybe I'm too chilled. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. The next day, we sat my parents down to talk. My mom initially apologized, but quickly backpedaled, changing details. It was a fork, not a spoon. He just reached for it. Things got heated. My dad said we were being harsh, and later my mom claimed my wife screamed at her. Neither of us remember screaming, but we aren't going to gaslight her. I'm pretty sure y'all screamed. The way you talking right now, pretty sure that's what it was. Not the custard. We ended the trip early and pulled back communication. My wife, who had been sending daily photos and videos, stopped completely. I now send occasional ones. We tried working on things. My wife proposed an exercise where they would answer questions about their grandparent expectations, and we would discuss them together. We agreed they could attend our son's first birthday if we completed the exercise. Y'all control it. They agreed. I guess if they want to see their grandchild again, you know? After multiple reschedules due to my wife's postpartum struggles, we finally set a time last minute, but my mom refused to get dressed to be on video, saying I called every shot so far and that she just listened off camera. My wife felt slighted and revoked their birthday invitation. Y'all want grandma to follow every rule, but because she don't get on video, y'all revoke everything. So she can't have no boundaries. That's what I'm taking from this. Grandma can't have no boundaries. And y'all using that baby as leverage. And honestly, who I feel the worst for is that baby. Like, I was laughing at first, but it's really sad. My mom later gave a threat and then a different excuse, but the damage was done and we withdrew further. I'm sure y'all did. After further reflection and therapy, which y'all need, we told them we need to seek therapy before resuming visits. Their response mentioned the screaming again and uncertainty if this will work out, but then still asked for photos every once in a while. I mean, she still cares about her grandchild. Since then, I've kept casual conversations open but deflect photo and visit requests until they start therapy. So, am I wrong for holding this boundary until therapy happens? Is my wife wrong for yelling or revoking the daily photos in response? Okay, so she did yell. Usually, everybody right? I ain't gonna lie. When I do my stories and stuff and I read, most of the time I can understand where y'all coming from. But y'all wrong. Only thing that makes me feel better is that y'all felt to come to Reddit to ask questions. Because maybe, just maybe, y'all want to change. I'm going to leave it here, but I'm going to just say,
stop it. Get some help.
Story number 2. Am I wrong for not laughing when my husband joked about my hobby job in front of his boss. My husband was invited to this work dinner at his boss's house, and his whole office was invited. My husband has a higher paying job than mine, and it doesn't really bother me because I love what I do, but he does lack interest in my work because of it. The first iffy thing was when we were getting ready, he gave me a check or something like that, where he gave me the rundown of dinner etiquette. I know dinner etiquette. My parents used to host this kind of dinners all the time. So yeah, I know how to act and how to behave. All his co-workers were going to the dinner and they brought their wives with them. So it was pretty packed. Dinner was nice until we were in the dessert portions. My husband's co-workers started talking about their wives and their hobbies. My husband brought up my hobby. I'm a journalist. Girl, that's a whole career. What is he talking about? He talked about some of the stuff I've written, describing it as silly. I didn't say anything and smiled awkwardly, but he just kept going, saying he doesn't read my stuff because he doesn't want to be all up in my head. Get another man. When we got home, I talked to him about the jokes and said I didn't find them funny, but rather somewhat offensive and disrespectful towards my work. He told me to learn how to take a joke. I tried to ignore it, so I just kept doing my thing, but then he started getting handsy and I rejected his advances because I was still sour about dinner and he got upset, so we went on and on about the dinner thing. I wasn't even addressing him making fun of me. I was generally upset over the hobby thing because it's not a hobby. It's my line of work, which I love and am very passionate about. He admitted to maybe being in the wrong for the jokes, but that they were based on fact. I grew up significantly wealthier than him. Okay, so that's where it's coming from. It's that jealousy. I do not leech off of my parents, nor do they send me money out of free will. My parents have never said or done anything to make him feel inferior, and they get along very well. We met when I was going through some sort of hippie phase. I wasn't talking to my parents and I did not get along well with them at the time. I was some manic mixie dream girl at the time, and I think he got way too attached to that version of me. I was 25, I'm 32. He called me dull and compared me to my mom, which isn't bad in itself, but he said it as an insult and said I was becoming a suburban mom. We have a son, he's 2. Okay, so you are a mom and you are mature. Like you're 32. Like it's a huge jump from being 25, right, and being 32 now. So it's definitely understandable that you would change also having kids. I mean, that usually grows you up by itself. You know what I mean? But also him calling you dull and then adding an insult to your mom. Bro, why are you still there? Why are you still there? Leave. Y'all already know how I am. Leave, bro. I feel like he doesn't really appreciate me as a person. Definitely not. Or care about me as much as a husband should for his wife. I get what he's saying. You get what he's saying? But I'm getting older. I'm a mom and I'm advancing in my career and have a lot on my plate apart from that. I do love my husband. I'm married and started a family with him for a reason, but maybe I took the joke too seriously. I asked friends and they said that maybe I took it too seriously. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Get rid of them friends. Get rid of that man. Get a new life. Continue being a great, amazing mom. You know what I mean? Boss up, get your own place, divorce him. Okay. Cut them friends off, make new ones, make healthier ones, make people that don't make you question yourself. Because if that is your friend, right? Especially in this situation, because you're not in the wrong. It's different if you're in the wrong, okay? Because you need your friend to tell you that too. But if you are not in the wrong and you were the one being insulted, your friends need to be uplifting you like, girl, listen, who he was talking about. I know he wasn't talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need those friends. Get you some friends that's actually friends. Story number 3. Am I wrong for taking and rehoming my sister's dog? So I, 17 female, had just turned 17 at the time. My sister, 23 female, had gotten a dog due to her boyfriend, 25 male, wanting one. Now, I had originally thought I did the right thing given the context, but now months later, I'm not so sure. Anyway, my sister had gotten an apartment with her boyfriend and he had expressed how he's always wanted dogs, so they got a puppy to raise together. They named her Whisper, and she was the sweetest thing. Took good care of her and everything. When they mentioned getting another one, I didn't think anything of it. This is when they got Nova, a 5-month-old bundle of energy. Such a sweet dog. That's when they started having me watch the puppies for them, as it was harder because it was 2 of them and their daughter. Watching them at first was fine. They listened decent for puppies. But when they got another puppy and I was now watching 3, I noticed the issue. I had gone to a hockey game and got a hockey stick that was used in the game. I had it on my floor as I didn't have a place to put it quite yet. And since I had 3 puppies that would chew and eat everything, I moved it. When I walked past Nova, she cowered right down and was shaking. I told her she was okay and let her smell it and then put it out of sight. But there was so much more to this story. I'll save more details of the extent of how bad things were for Nova, but she was abused with any object they could find. Whether it was shoes, paper towel rolls, anything. When I realized how bad it was, I took her and refused to give her back. My sister had offered me hundreds of dollars, but I knew the money wouldn't be worth it, knowing a puppy's life was in danger. So I kept the dog, but her energy levels were too much for me, still living with my parents and already having a 3-year-old dog who doesn't like to play. So I pushed away the fact that I wanted to keep her and give her a better life, while also keeping her around people she's known for a while, and I rehomed her. She was sent to a nice place and I had met people before sending her away. She has a big field to run in and will be the only dog as she's showing signs of being abused and started playing extremely rough with other dogs. My parents as well as my other sister have all agreed that I did the right thing. But my sister and her boyfriend as well as a few other family members think I'm in the wrong. It has now been months since this happened and my sister is still mad at me for it. So am I wrong for taking and rehoming my sister's dog? At first I was feeling like you were wrong, because I was like, how you just gonna take your sister dog and keep her? But like, I understand that because like they're beating on that dog, like, and I'm just not with that, you know what I mean? So I definitely understood you taking the dog and helping keep that dog safe and stuff like that. I hate that the dog has even had to go through such a traumatic experience. Like, is she doing the same things to the other dogs? I don't know, like, I just have so many questions. Well, all right, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed these stories. I hope y'all been having wonderful weeks, months, years, all that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Share this video with your friends and your family, and I will see y'all in the next video. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Baby, I'm late, but